Yeah, do you remember that feeling? Loading up Ableton Live, like the very first time.
Oh, absolutely. You drop in a kick drum, maybe. Find some squelchy bass sound.
Yeah. And it was probably uh, totally off grid, timing all over the place.
For sure. Bass probably sounded pretty muddy, too, and you definitely didn't know what key you were in.
Not a clue. It was that beautiful, messy start, wasn't it?
Yeah, that phase is pure exploration. You're just learning the buttons, really, making noise. That's the student mindset.
Exactly. But okay, here you are now. Maybe you're actually like wrapping up your third complete track.
That's a huge jump, a really big step.
Right. And that's precisely where this deep dive is going today,
Yeah.
looking at the sources you shared. They really zero in on this specific stage.
Yeah, and what the material highlights, which I think is really fascinating, is this idea, the shift
Which shift?
from being someone just learning music production, to actually becoming a producer.
Okay.
It isn't measured in how many hours you've clocked in the software or tutorials watched. It's measured in finished tracks.
Ah, okay. So it's not about having like a hard drive full of 20 half-baked ideas.
Exactly. It's about the few you actually saw through, the ones you polished up and, crucially, exported.
That's the core message we're kind of unpacking today then. What finishing those first few tracks, maybe like a little trilogy, actually means for your journey as a producer.
Exactly. And the sources, they're not just being philosophical about it. They give you a kind of roadmap for this final stage. You already know your way around the workspace, the arrangement view where you build the song out.
Right, piece by piece.
Now it's about bringing it all together, making it cohesive.
Like really looking closely at the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that second track maybe hit its peak too early?
Mm-hmm.
Or is the energy kind of falling flat in the third one when you listen start to finish?
Precisely. And the sources point towards using automation curves for this.
Those lines you draw to change things over time.
Yeah, subtly changing volume or filter effects, send amounts. You use those to smooth out transitions, build dynamics. It's like you're sculpting the narrative of the song.
Okay, shaping the journey for the listener.
And this stage brings up a really crucial technical point from the sources, too. Checking your track loudness before you export.
Right, the levels.
Specifically, keeping your peaks, the absolute loudest bits below 0 dB.
Why is that so important again?
Because going over 0 dB, that introduces digital distortion, clipping. It sounds awful.
Gotcha. So keeping it below 0 is kind of the first step in making it sound, well, professional.
Definitely. And that leads right into the export itself. The source material actually calls this moment claiming ownership.
Ooh, I like that. Claiming ownership.
Yeah, it's more than just saving an audio file. It means you're making conscious choices.
Like exporting the master channel. That's the main output where everything comes together, right?
Exactly. Choosing formats like WAV or maybe MP3, sticking to standard sample rates like 44.1 kilohertz, unless you've got specific advanced mastering plans later.
It's like putting a definitive stamp on it. This is done.
It is. And once you have those finished files, the sources strongly suggest gaining some perspective.
How so?
Line up your 3 tracks. Play them back to back. Listen. What story do they tell?
Can you actually hear your progress, maybe? Is track 1 a bit rougher, perhaps less confident than track 3?
Yeah. Or did you explore different moods? Maybe one's chilled out, another one's really intense.
That makes sense. Think about artists you admire, right? The sources mentioned Porter Robinson as an example.
Mm-hmm. Like his early tracks, say Spitfire, compared to something much later, like something comforting.
You can totally hear the evolution, can't you? The production skill, the depth, the vision, it changes.
And your own little trilogy holds that same kind of story, just about your first steps, your initial journey.
And that leads to what might be the most powerful step the sources really emphasize.
Yeah.
Sharing your music.
Yes. This comes up repeatedly. Music isn't meant to just live on your hard drive.
It's made to be heard, right? To be felt by other people.
Absolutely. Even if it's just, sending a finished track to one friend, it's an act of generosity, maybe a little vulnerability too.
Sure. And if you want more detailed feedback, or maybe you want to collaborate,
then bouncing stems is the way to go. That means exporting all individual tracks from the export menu, gives someone each sound element separately. It's the technical route for that.
or just uploading. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, even just a private cloud link.
Yeah, just getting it out there is the main thing. Because when you look back at these 3 completed tracks, well, you've achieved something pretty significant.
You really have.
You haven't just learned about building grooves or writing melodies, arrangement, mixing.
You've proven you can actually combine all those skills, see an idea through to the end, and finish multiple pieces.
That is absolutely solid proof. Proof of your creativity, your discipline, your growth as an artist.
It's moving past that stage of endless potential into actual, tangible creation.
So, connecting all this back to the bigger picture from the sources, finishing isn't just a technical step, is it?
No, it feels like more.
It's the crucible, maybe, where all those different skills finally merge. And it transforms someone who just uses a DAW.
Into someone who produces music.
Yeah.
Music designed for connection.
Yeah. Taking that initial messy Ableton loop and shaping it into something meaningful, something shareable, it shows you can cross the finish line.
Which leaves us with a final thought, pulling from everything we've explored today.
What unique story does your finished trilogy tell about your specific journey, your evolution as a producer, right here at the beginning?